Tonight, we take a look at a place in Warrensburg to get a sandwich, a competition that was held at the UCM Skyhaven Airport, and we highlight two impactful people at UCM.
All this and more next on UMag.
Hello and welcome to UMag, a show by the students of the University of Central Missouri in Warrensburg. I'm Katie Bailey.
And I'm Hernandez Johnson. Thanks for joining us tonight.
A whole lot has been happening around UCM lately. As usual, let's go to our campus feed segment to find out more.
At Skyhaven Airport last month, student pilots revved up their engines and took to the sky. This year, UCM had the honor of being the regional host school for the National Intercollegiate Flying Association Safety Conference.
The National Intercollegiate Flying Association is made up of 60 to 70 member schools with men and women that have career-minded aviation roles as pilots, mechanics, and such.
The 2014 NIFA SafeCon is all about university flight teams competing. It's a great opportunity for the students who have been working really hard on perfecting their landings and navigation routes and general knowledge to compete and to see which one's the best.
There are 7 universities from all across the Midwest competing in this chapter of the SafeCon event, the winners of which will advance to the national competition in May of next year.
There are, I think, around 10 regions, and so this is Region 6, and so we have 7 schools within that region that are competing, and there's probably about 8 to 15 competitors for each of them. And they do flight events from landings and navigation events, and then they also do ground competition with manual flight computers and a scan event and pre-flight events and things of that nature on the ground.
Each task is designed to test students' knowledge of all factors when it comes to aviation, which covers more than just what happens after takeoff. There's pre-flight inspections and navigation route planning, just to name a few. Each team has a huge responsibility conducting proper aviation practice at all times during the competition.
I think that is a part of their character building. So not only are they going to be great aviators, but we're trying to mold them to be leaders for aviation in the future.
If you ask anyone involved with the NIFA SafeCon, they'll tell you there's one specific practice that takes precedence over all the rest, and that is
Safety. It's a safety conference first and foremost.
Safety always. That's the #1 concern.
Everybody at any given time should know exactly what they're doing, and there's pre-briefings, post-briefings, and everything, so everybody is coordinated and there's no problem that we could have.
It's really important to stay ahead of the aircraft, to make wise choices for your safety of your passengers and yourself. So it's important for pilots to really know their stuff, be prepared, be confident, but at the same time always err towards safety always.
after all the flying is through, it's finally time for the awards ceremony. There's a banquet dinner, where all the flight teams are more than eager to find out about their scores.
All the week's activities conclude here in UCC in the Ozark Room, where there are awards given out to the best competitors in the 2014 SafeCon.
Every single aviator has a passion, and whenever we talk to any pilot, it's just that passion is constant. Everybody's got it, we all love it, we just see planes and get excited. As you can see, I'm smiling right now, and that's because of that passion.
It's that very passion that takes each student pilot soaring to new heights. For UMag, this is Hernandez Johnson.
It's not every day an etiquette-certified instructor walks you through the age-old mannerisms of proper dining, which is perhaps the reason why the 2014 Fall Etiquette Dinner at UCM was such a hit.
This was our biggest etiquette dinner to date. We capped at 142 students, and we did sell all tickets.
The evening consisted of a 5-course meal, including soup, salad, a sorbet for cleansing one's palate, an elegantly prepared dish of chicken and asparagus, and of course, coffee and cake for dessert. Considering most college students survive on simple dishes, there's mostly no need for more than a fork or spoon. Consequently, what really came as a surprise to some was learning what silverware to use for each course.
What's the right fork or what's the right spoon?
I had no idea that you work from outside to inside.
But the actual handling of the food and which utensils to use was only the tip of the iceberg for what was in store for the students. From how to act upon entering the room to how to arrange your silverware once you are through eating, the fine dining tutorial covered every aspect of how one should act in a sophisticated dinner setting.
In the appropriate placement, you want to take the napkin and fold it in half, just like this. And the crease or the fold is going to point towards your belly button.
I was very surprised, like the cutting skills, like Normally, the way that I do it is a lot different than how it should be done properly.
The fine dining tutorial consists of a little bit of everything. It's mainly focused around how to navigate the fine dining experience. And then intermingled with that type of information, we also try to give general networking tips and talk about how to successfully navigate professional networking situations.
For some, proper dining etiquette is considered to only be applicable in situations when dating someone else. But Kira Mann claims for herself that it's actually much more than that.
My educational background is in communication, and that's what's of interest to me, is teaching people really how to communicate in the best way possible.
As it turns out, others share a similar mindset after having had the opportunity to experience a vastly different approach to dining than what they are used to.
This is so new to me, so I think it's important to learn, those skills, whether you're going to be going on a first date or if you're trying to make an impression for a job interview.
I think that it's the most critical information for college students because they're at that point in their lives where they really have set themselves up for success. Being able to have that etiquette advantage allows them to really follow up and take advantage on those opportunities.
When your food comes, okay.
For UMag, this is Natalie DiTilio.
We're here to build relationships and network, provide more support.
We want to connect you with the resources that are available. I want to thank everybody.
The UCM Veterans Office, in conjunction with Congresswoman Vicki Hartzler, put together the Veterans Summit to help connect veterans with the services that they need and the resources they deserve.
It's really important to do these things because our military and veteran students are typically non-traditional students. In addition to trying to attend school, they typically have jobs, families, and so their time is precious. So if we can bring all the services curbside, it's one less thing they have to drive, 15, 5, 20 miles to, and they're more apt to access those resources than if they had to seek them out on their own.
Can't let your guard down for 1 second, and then to all of a sudden be coming home. It's tough.
The Veterans Summit panel was made up of specialists for veteran students and veterans in the community to come ask questions and get answers.
Well, we are the land of the free because we're the home of the brave, and today we had an audience full of the brave who are our veterans, people willing to put their life on the line for their nation, and we certainly want to thank them, but also want them to be successful once they get out of the service and they come back here in our community. And so we had panels of some of the best speakers around, sharing with them lessons that they've learned in life, as well as the resources they have to make veterans' lives more successful, and I think it was a very positive morning.
You see that networking, and you see some of the members from the community come. You see veterans who get to ask those questions. In that environment, when they can hear what the issues are and it relates to them, and there's people there who can help them, for them to step forward and say, I need help. All that hard work comes about.
The Veterans Summit gave information to veterans about their opportunities, as well as critical knowledge of how veterans will be adjusting back to civilian life.
Well, we talked about how important relationships are as our veterans come back and reintegrate into the community, and how there's this communication that needs to take place, and how communities need to embrace and reach out to our military families to help them, and how important that is. So we had a lot of good advice for both people who have served in the military as well as those in the local community, and I hope that everyone came away with something that will be useful to them.
I hope that by folks attending some of our events, that they'll search their hearts and say, what can I do? How can I step up to the plate? And I have to tell you, this has been the most rewarding experience my 18 years on campus.
With the combined efforts of many devoted to serving our veterans, the summit was able to impact the community. For UMag, I'm John Marr.
The Campus I application. It's for both iPhone and Android. It is free to use. You just download it to your phone, and there's two sides to it. There's the police side, so if there's any issues that police may need to be involved in, whether it's a suspicious person, a fight in progress, or anything like that, you can take a picture with the description and send it off to the police dispatcher also. And then dispatcher will get a police officer en route to the location.
The Campus Eye app is available for iPhone and Android users.
Next, we introduce a brand new segment to our show where we highlight some interesting people around campus. Let's take a look at a couple of these impactful people with UCM Presents.
While most college students gladly accept any spare time they can find, one UCM senior prides himself in using his spare time to be as involved on his campus as he possibly can.
I am involved in Spotlight and with that student activities, and I'm also in the Honors College, and I also work in the union.
Tyler Shepard, an education major at UCM, decided to get involved after attending different campus-hosted events throughout his freshman year.
That's when I kind of found out about student activities just by going to events and found out I really liked the events.
Spotlight, a campus organization dedicated to providing a wide variety of entertaining events for UCM students, quickly became one of his top priorities.
From that moment, I kind of got involved in planning the events and kind of loved just taking my opinion and adding my own take on what was being done around campus. And now I've gotten to where I am the Vice President of Marketing for it. I've done that last year and then this semester.
Outside of student activities, Tyler also spends a large amount of his time working at the Elliott Student Union.
At the union, I am a building supervisor. Really, I'm in charge of just going around making sure different parts of the union are operating well. If there's an event going on, I normally have to check on it just to make sure that they have everything that they need, that it's running smoothly for them. I have really enjoyed that job just because the different people that you have walking through this building, you never have a dull moment. There's always something new happening.
Although Tyler involves himself in as much as he can on campus, it's not the activities alone that keep him coming back.
It's these people that I've met through it all these years and how much they become a part of me and who I am and the person that I've kind of become looking back from me as a freshman to me now. I would be completely different without these people that I've met.
As a student who became involved on campus early in his college career, he believes that it's important for everyone to try out different campus activities and organizations.
You enjoy your time more here whenever you're involved just because you're doing things, you're getting to hang out with people that you enjoy, and also kind of gaining these life skills by hanging out with people that maybe aren't necessarily like you in every aspect, like your friends might be.
For more information on campus involvement, visit the Student Activities Office in the Elliott Student Union. Reporting for UMag, I'm Amanda Wells.
Tuard Swope, aka Putt, has been working at KMOS as an engineer for over 3 decades. His hard work and dedication to the station earned him the Outstanding Staff Member of 2014.
My job is broadcast engineer. Over the years, it's changed from operations engineer, just plain engineer, but I'm an engineer at the station and up until recently for KTBG, the bridge, and KCMW, which is the predecessor of the bridge. I got out of the Navy in 1982. I was looking for a job around here. My job in the Navy was electronic maintenance, so it was a natural fit. I've been here since August 30th of 1982.
Putt works in the studio, the control room, and the many remote sites for the station.
My job entails installation and maintenance of all of the broadcast equipment, which includes the satellite reception, the recording devices, playback devices, the microwave link from here to our transmitter site, which is about 60 miles away, and the transmission equipment at the transmitter site. That shows us a graphic display of all
What
of the
people
lights
may
on
not
the
realize
tower.
about the engineer team at KMOS is that they are on call 24/7. Sometimes the job involves late night runs to the remote sites to check out lightning rods or fixing problems in the control room before the sun rises.
Each year, the support staff asks for nominations from members of the campus community for nominations for the outstanding staff member for that year. And I was nominated, and I guess I was picked out of all the nominees for the award.
Co-workers wanted Putt to be completely shocked when he received the award.
They kept a complete secret from me, so I didn't know till I was sitting there in the audience and they announced it. I was getting a little suspicious when they were reading the nomination form because, man, that sure sounds familiar.
For UMag, I'm Katie Bailey.
Tyler and Putt are two examples of the finest in our UCM community.
The Associate Professor of Art and Design and Guinness World Record holder, Professor David Babcock, has knitted a scarf while making the 26.2-mile trek through the Big Apple back on November 2nd, in efforts he's undertaking to help raise awareness of Alzheimer's disease. Professor Babcock, also known as the Knitter, has detailed many of his running events and training on a blog that can be found online at knittingrunner.com, which also provides more information about his quest to raise money for Alzheimer's Association.
Rebecca Skloot, author of the New York Times best-selling novel, The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks, will introduce the UCM community to the inspiring real-life story of a 31-year-old woman who, through her illness, unknowingly contributed to medical research that is continuing long after her death. The author, whose books raises questions about ethics, race, and research for progress, will present a free presentation at 11 a.m. on Wednesday, November 12th in Hendricks Hall. Individuals are encouraged to read Skloot's books prior to her presentation. The book is also being read by students in literature and composition courses this semester. It can be purchased at the bookstore on the lower level of the Elliott Student Union.
November 6th and 7th, members of the Talking Mules speech and debate team will come collecting shoes for United Way around Warrensburg. United Way gives out an average of 180 pairs of shoes every month. Several corporate sponsors have agreed to assist through the donation of resources. The mayor of Warrensburg and the director of United Way has attended this event.
Every semester, early childhood education faculty member Ms. Sherry Reardon and her teacher candidates in class choose an advocacy project to complete as a group. A focus in the class is learning about the crucial role of early childhood educators for advocates for children and families. This semester, one of our own UCM alumni, who is a teacher in the Kansas City area, asked Ms. Reardon if her class could conduct a coat drive for her kindergarten children who did not have coats. The alumnus herself had been a student in Ms. Reardon's class and had participated in an advocacy project and remembered the joy of being part of an altruistic endeavor. Ms. Sherry Reardon will continue to take donations of coats, hats, and gloves. You can bring those donations to the Levenger Building in Office 3300.
The National Archives at Kansas City, in partnership with Greater Kansas City Black History Study Group, will host Barbara Winslow, a historian teaching at the City University of New York, Brooklyn College, in a toned-down discussion Tuesday, November 18th at the National Archives in Kansas City. Winslow will answer questions following a screening of the documentary Chisholm 72, Unbought and Unbossed. The program will be moderated by Delia Gillis, Professor of History and Director of the Center for Africana Studies at UCM. To make a reservation for this free program, email kansascity.educate@nara.gov.
UCM Athletics and Mules football teamed up with the area's Toy for Tots campaign on November 1st during the game against Lindenwood. Anyone who donated a new unwrapped toy or made a monetary donation of at least $5 received a free ticket to the Mules' regular season finale against Fort Hays State on November 15th. All donations of toys will stay in the local community.
Now it's time to check in with Miss Vivian with this week's Did You Know?
Did you know that Dr. Forrest Fogg Allen was the coach here at the university from 1912 until 1919? Dr. Allen came here on the request of the president in order to upgrade our sports and our athletics here at the university. He was also a doctor of osteology, and so he was very much concerned with physical fitness. It was said that his teams here at the university were the most physically fit that many of the coaches in the surrounding area had ever seen.
If you've ever been to a football game by now, you've probably noticed the band. This week, Shane Suter gave us a behind-the-scenes look at our marching mules.
The Marching Mules. The Marching Mules is one of UCM's most devoted groups here on campus, consisting of over 200 students that are both music majors and non-music majors. They have developed a strong tradition and gained the respect of a large audience from across the region.
Well, with
a marching band, I mean, obviously you're moving and playing at the same time. But while we're all moving, everybody's going to a specific picture.
Not only do the Marching Mules play at UCM's home football games, they also occasionally play at professional football and basketball games as well. Also, you will see them performing in parades, pep rallies, and other school functions, including postseason games.
It's a huge family, and everyone really cares for each other, and we take good care of each other, and it doesn't matter if you've been in it before, if you're a pro. You're just invited right in, and it's really easy to adapt, and it's been a great experience.
The Marching Mules' first and foremost mission is to entertain by presenting music that ranges anywhere from marches and show tunes to patriotic and classical music. Members of the band are able to gain the skills and experiences needed to become band directors and teach music performance at elementary and secondary school levels.
The faculty at the UCM, in our music department especially, take a lot of time to make sure that you're on track, that you're focusing on the right things that you need to, and are really putting you in a good area that can make it effective for you to be successful. The Marching Mules, led by UCM's Director of Bands, Dr. Scott Luberoff, not only consist of just musicians, but also feature the color guard and twirlers. Dr. Luberoff came to UCM in 2005 and has reestablished UCM's band's reputation for excellence.
It's a fantastic group that we really take a lot of pride in because we see them as something of the face of the university, and they enjoy great support and great recognition. So we're proud of them just as we are proud of all of the ensembles in the bands and in the department.
I love Dr. Luberoff. He is so great. He really cares about his students. And if I'm ever having an issue with anything, I can go straight to him and talk to him, and it's totally comfortable.
With your look at the Marching Mules, this is Shane Suter reporting for UMag.
This week on Local Buzz, Paul Joyner decides to grab a bite at the voted #1 sandwich place in Missouri.
This week on Local Buzz, we head over to Cafe Blackadder in downtown Warrensburg, an eclectic cafe that is celebrating its 5-year anniversary this fall.
Cafe Blackadder is located in downtown Warrensburg. We've been here for 5 years now. We specialize in fresh, local, seasonal fare. The cafe is proud to be able to offer vegetarian and vegan options. We also cater to allergies and anyone with gluten-free or corn or soy allergies. We're really proud that we make things from scratch and can provide people with those options.
One of the cafe's sandwiches, the hearty turkey salami panini, was voted as the best sandwich in Missouri by the readers of Rural Missouri magazine, a publication with a readership of over 500,000.
We were unaware that there was a contest, we were really surprised and excited when we learned that we were the best sandwich in Missouri.
We've had a lot of visitors, and we're really excited to have people coming, visiting, and eating the sandwich. And it's really fun to be a part of a local magazine, and we love having travelers here, so it's been really good for us.
People actually have driven, I would say, over 100 miles to come and eat that sandwich.
The cafe prides itself on being not just a destination for award-winning food, but also a relaxing, social environment where any and all are welcome.
We pride ourselves in being an environment where people can come and meet with family and friends, kind of a gathering place where anyone from the community is welcome to come and communicate, sit at our nice bar and be able to meet somebody that they've never spoken with before, exchange ideas and conversation, and have good food while they're doing so.
Blackadder also features a wide spectrum of the arts. As an artist herself, Julie likes to open her doors and give a stage to those who wish to put their talents on display.
So we have painters, photographers. We've had many from the university here, also from all over Missouri, many from Kansas City, and we also host special music events. We just love supporting the arts, and we just hope that more people come around to see them.
Julie and Cafe Blackadder take pride in the town that they've become a part of. Supporting and engaging with the community is something they hold very dear to.
We're basically just, proud to be here. We're really proud that the cafe has lasted this long. Happy to be in this community and really proud of it for supporting us for this long. We calculated the number of years of experience from all the staff members here, and we've got just under 100 years of experience. So we're all, we've all been in this industry for a long time. We're really proud of it, and we just love serving good food.
That's all for this week. For University Magazine, I'm Paul Joyner.
That's all the time we have for tonight's episode. Be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and on Twitter for a more in-depth look at our student producers and web exclusives. I'm Hernandez Johnson.
And I'm Katie Bailey. Tune in next week as we have another exciting episode of UMag. From all of us at KMOS TV, good night.